Welcome back to the VR Workshop. In this episode, we are still battling to find a place for this oil cooler on our Landspeed bike. So yes, we did manage to spend a whole video fitting an oil cooler and then having to change our mind where it goes. All the testing we did for the NACA ducts and the airflow and all that is still valid because we need all that information for the radiator, which we will get onto at a later date, which is a lot more involved than moving an oil cooler. But it does mean we need somewhere else for this oil cooler. And the back of the bike is probably the easiest place to put it. Now this area of the bike, we've got throttle bodies here. In fact, hold that thought. We've got throttle bodies here, which sit in here somewhere. And then we're going to have a plenum coming up the top, which is probably going to come this direction. Hopefully we'll get it this week. So there will be enough turbulent air in this area to pass through the oil cooler. And we can always put the fan back on the back. In fact, we probably will put the fan on the back. So airflow isn't too much of an issue. I mean, it's an oil cooler, it doesn't need to be into the 200 miles an hour airflow. And what we can do, if we put it here, we can have ducts coming down the side, 3D printed or something, to duct some fresh air into it to make sure it's getting some clean airflow. So the question is, which rotation do we put it? We have it this way, and we can put our 180 degree bends, and the piping can go down to the side, or we can have it that way, and the piping kicks out to where it needs to be. But I've never installed an oil cooler upside down. And there's no bleed port on the underside of it either, which concerns me. In theory, once it's bled, it shouldn't be a problem. But that said, if we ever need to remove it, we're going to dump a whole lot of oil everywhere to do that. So my gut tells me this is probably the better way to do it, and it just means we've got some bits sticking out the top. It's not the end of the world. Future us will be happy with that, and we'll have to remove it again. Now, where we had the oil cooler in the front, the first idea, we would have to run oil lines from the side of the engine, each side, down into there, and the temperature sensor would also go down the side. The advantage of having it here is the oil runs a lot smaller. So the oil gallery comes out the side here. It's a straight run both sides. So the oil lines are going to be real short, which is kind of nice. Saves a lot of running of lines and less things to go wrong. I'm not keen on massively long oil lines and fuel lines. Sometimes you got to put up with it. So I think that's what we're going to do. I'll probably just make up some mounts, fab up some mounts, and we'll just get them tacked in to see how it looks and to see if that's going to be a viable option instead of just staring at it. So let's get the grinder out. And that's it, oil cooler in its new position. Now, it's not going to get perfect airflow sitting back here because it's blocked over with the engine and the throttle bodies, and we've still got a plenum chamber to sit on top of here somewhere, and I really don't know how big that's going to be. But what you will get is wind movement behind the bike. There's going to be a lot of turbulent air moving back and forth here. So it's going to see air for sure. Will it see direct flow? Unknown. One thing I'm thinking about is on, let me think, this side of the engine, maybe running a pipe down the side and a duct, and making sure we get some fresh air ducted into it. I'm kind of pondering doing that with shelling, like doing it in 3D model and shelling it out of stainless steel, because that would be kind of cool. That means we could have a really, really thin wall. We could press it up against the engine block here, but we'd still get the same amount of airflow out of a 50mm pipe or something like that. Now, we are going to use a puller fan on the back here, which will just go straight in. I had to move it to get it attached, but we'll put that back on again as well. So any air that is moving, the fan will take it through as well. There's going to be an oil pressure and an oil temperature sensor on this, which will be linked to the ECU. That will also control the fan, but it will also let us know what our oil pressure is at all times, which is also a nice thing to have. Yeah, one step closer. And now we are looking at this. I can see the back of this bike is going to get fairly busy. I've put the coolant tank on here just as a placeholder and put throttle bodies back on just to see how they look. We've got this breather pipe which used to go into the airbox. We can't have that anymore because the airbox can be pressurized. So we need to tank. Well, it's going to go into a tank. We can't just put a filter on it. The regulations say all breathers are going to go into a catch tank of some sort. This is the catch tank that we used on the Ducati, which sat right at the back, but it's kind of large. I don't know where I'm going to put this yet. Or do we move the coolant tank closer to the radiator and then we can get some sort of tank in there? Unknown. There is so many little jobs like this to be done. So many. But we'll manage it one at a time.